Brand new video from the 47th president-elect. We have Donald J. Trump talking about religion and indoctrination in US schools. This one's going to be insane, guys. Of course, stay up to date with me by subscribing. I'm going to be reacting to a ton of different politics in the future, a ton of music videos, a ton of politics. This year is going to be crazy. The next 4 years is going to be insane. He's revolutionizing a lot of stuff, guys. I already reacted to his presidential speech, the free speech. All this different type of stuff is going to make America amazing. I'll tell you what, guys, hopefully the economy gets better. Let me know your thoughts, and let's get it.
Here are 10 key ideas that will power our movement for great schools. First, we will respect the right of parents to control the education of their children. Second,
I love that, because, you know, in Ireland specifically, we have a terrible education system now. It seems like, you know, kids are told they spent like 10 million euro on having these bags for kids to put their phones away before class begins, which in your first instinct sounds good, so they're not playing on their phone, but actually it's to take away from the fact that they're, you know, not able to take pictures of the harmful material that they may be exposed to at a young age, guys, okay? They're indoctrinating kids in DCU, apparently coming out of the flipping schools and things like that in Ireland. Everything that he says here, guys, hopefully can be related to Ireland's schools as well, because we definitely want to put, you know, the education back in the hands of parents, guys, and have the parents educate the kids, not just have these massive corporations and governments educate your kids, right?
Power our movement for great schools. First, we will respect the right of parents to control the education of their children. Second, we will empower parents and local school board to hire and reward great principals and teachers, and also to fire the poor ones, the one whose performance is unsatisfactory. They will be fired.
Ooh, I like that, guys. You know, if you're not good at your job in the government, in your private sector, you will get fired, guys. You shouldn't be rewarded for bad work. You must be fired if your stuff isn't up to standard, okay? And as well, if you're this is to educate, not indoctrinate, right? You want to actually educate people, not indoctrinate people, right? This is a educational aspect, and Americans and their freedoms and rights should be educated, and their history, guys, right? Not just new stuff in curriculums, new age bullshit think, guys. Let's be honest.
Poor ones, the one whose performance is unsatisfactory, they will be fired. Like on The Apprentice, you're fired. Third,
you're fired.
We will ensure our classrooms are focused not on political indoctrination, but on teaching the knowledge and skills needed to succeed. Reading, writing, math, science, arithmetic, and other truly useful subjects.
I hated arithmetic, but guys, that's a brilliant one, right? He said he wants to actually focus on, you know, not indoctrinating kids from political stuff and social sciences and things like that you shouldn't be teaching to young kids, guys. 5 to 12-year-olds should not be learning about sex education, weird stuff like that. It should be all focused on maths, reading, writing, how to educate yourself, how to make money, how to pay taxes,
and other truly useful subjects. Fourth, we will teach students to love their country, not to hate their country like they're taught right now. Fifth,
I love that, guys. Same thing should be done in Ireland, okay? A lot of these things, you know, pointers you should point out, guys. You should love your country. You should love Ireland. You shouldn't be against what we're doing here. Okay, people should be for the government, guys. Now it seems like there's a big lack of trust in the government here.
We will support bringing back prayer to our schools. Sixth,
well, guys, I went to a Catholic school growing up. Of course, I lived in a small country town. Still do. You know, I love it, guys. But we used to pray before every meal and before every morning and at night time, okay? We used to pray in the morning, we used to pray before meals, and we used to pray at the end of school, guys. And we used to actually sing, I think, the national anthem as well most of the time. So that's apparently gone, okay? And that was about 20 years ago. So those things are all gone from schools, which kind of take away from, let's be honest, guys, you know, the sort of community that you have, right? And if you're praying, pray to your God, right?
Students to love their country, not to hate their country like. Sixth, we will achieve schools that are safe, secure, and drug-free, with immediate expulsion for any student who harms a teacher or another student.
I like that.
Seventh,
and it's good, guys. Obviously, you know, the U.S. have a lot of mass shootings. I'm not sure how they are now, if they're up or down, but they have a lot of shootings, guys, so they want to make it safe. Drugs are obviously very, very, very prevalent in American schools, as they are here in Ireland. And somebody probably will come in this next election that will make schools safer. You know, you should be teaching kids to be masculine and very cool and you know, not taking drugs. And it's cool to not take drugs, guys, because I feel like, you know, people like selling drugs, you know, selling weed, selling coke. They make it sort of this like attractive thing to be a part of, part of this club that, takes drugs and drinks a lot. And, if you can't drink, you know what I mean, then you're not cool and this type of thing. I would make exercise cool, guys. As my channel is called County Gains, I'd make exercise, being healthy cool, eating good food, having a good, wholesome life, guys. Let's make that cool for once, you know what I mean?
Achieve schools that are safe, secure, and drug-free, with immediate expulsion for any student who harms a teacher or another student. Seventh, we will give all parents the right to choose another school for their children if they want. It's called school choice.
And, you should be able to be homeschooled as well. Homeschooling is a big thing. It's actually quite affordable. If people think it's very unaffordable, it's actually quite affordable, because the worst thing for your child to grow up, guys, is degenerate and, addicted to drugs and, abusive and a harmful kid to himself. And you can achieve a lot of that stuff, guys, by going to public schools. And kids become radicalized in schools, right? You wouldn't want to be giving the power back to the parents, right?
Eighth, we will ensure students have access to project-based learning experiences inside the classroom to help train them for meaningful work outside the classroom.
I love that, guys. A lot of the things that we learned in school back in 2010, 2007, I think I was in school 2007, 2020, 2019. That's when I left college. I went to third level education, guys, but a lot of the things that we were taught in school were just not that great, guys. We're just not that, practical, paying taxes, buying a car, how to drive on the road, like how to, be in social settings, how to be in a community of people, how to help people out, how to do, mow your lawn, stuff like that, guys. So maybe more of an educational basis about how to do stuff outside of the school, not just in the school, right? Sounds like a good idea.
Ninth, we will strive to give all students access to internships and work experiences that can set them on a path to their first job. They're going to be very, very successful. I want them to be more successful than Trump. Let them go out and be more successful. I will be the happiest person in the world.
Come on, I love it, guys. That's the thing, man. What do you say? Practical and definitely giving the kids some sort of experience, right? Some sort of career work experience, because that's what we did in college, guys. My first job my first professional job I got was in college, okay? Of course I had jobs well before college, but they were not professional, guys. They were not post-Fortis jobs, working on the factory line. I was actually doing sales, marketing, things like that, guys. Professional jobs that you need an education, that you need experience in doing. I got my first experience from that in college, guys. There should be definitely work experiences for kids and for college students, right? Sounds like a good idea.
Trump, let them go out and be more successful. I will be the happiest person in the world. But we want our children to have a great life and be successful. And 10th, we will ensure that all schools provide excellent jobs and career counseling so that high school and college students can get a head start on jobs and careers best suited to their God-given talents.
I love that, guys. The best suited job to the best suited person. This is great, man. I really like this, man. This is really good. Some sort of experience. You need experience before you go out. You guys know when you apply for jobs, a lot of the jobs say you need 10, 15 years experience. Well, now he's going to give you experience. We're going to have educational schools and experienced workplaces for schools. So then when you go apply for a job at JP Morgan or one of these finance jobs, you have the experience, the relevant experience to actually become successful.
Schools provide excellent jobs and career counseling so that high school and college students can get a head start on jobs and careers best suited to their God-given talents.
Sounds good.
This is how we will ensure a great education for every American child. And one other thing I'll be doing very early in the administration is closing up the Department of Education in Washington, D.C., and sending all education and education work and needs back to the states. We want them to run the education of our children.
Yeah, so it won't be like this nationalized thing. Like in Ireland, obviously, we're small enough to have a nationalized sort of educational program. But I would like to see it as a county-to-county thing. Obviously, people in Dublin get taught things different to people in Galway. People in Galway are taught different to people in Carlow and in Kilkenny, in these smaller towns. Galway, Limerick, Cork, Dublin will probably be taught the same thing. And then the rest of the counties, Sligo and all these different places are going to be taught different education curriculums, right? So it's not just this nationalized system where one person creates the rules and the rest of the people have to abide by them. Everyone has their own sort of ideas and will be input, right? So it's more of a collective, more of a community there.
Because they'll do a much better job of it. You can't do worse. We spend more money per pupil by 3 times than any other nation, and yet we're absolutely at the bottom We're one of the worst.
Yeah.
So you can't do worse. We're going to end education coming out of Washington, D.C. We're going to close it up, all those buildings all over the place, and you have people that in many cases hate our children. We're going to send it all back to the states. Thank you very much.
Unbelievable, guys. So there's lots of things coming out from his YouTube channel, Trump Make America Great Again. There's a lot of things coming out from his official YouTube channel, official pages that he has on the internet, on Twitter, Facebook, things like that. And he kind of is educating the people what's he going to be doing. So sounds cool. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if this is really bad or good. I don't know, guys. I saw one thing that he said he's going to increase the pay of the army, which sounds amazing. I mean, there's a few different things that sound good. Obviously, not everything's going to be good. I'm not a big Trump supporter myself personally, but hopefully we get to see some cool education, some cool money being made, guys, some cool education, some cool careers for people being made, and everyone starting to love each other a bit more than hate each other. Let me know your thoughts. I love you all. Stay free. And I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.